What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Icing the Puck. Another week, more hockey to cover, and we're the only podcast that still wears white after Labor Day. All right, keep that in mind. I've worn white 2 episodes in a row here. You never heard of that?
Is that a thing?
Apparently on the East Coast, it's a big thing.
Huh. Okay, I've never heard of
Something I
that.
learned from my wife. You don't wear white after Labor Day.
Wasn't
Labor Day forever ago?
I've never heard of it. No, it was a couple weeks ago, wasn't it?
No, Labor Day is like in September.
Is it? I don't even know. Honestly, I end up working all those holidays anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So
just something I thought I'd throw in there. I need to start wearing more colors, getting a little more vibrant on this.
Okay. I'm pretty sure I've worn the same hoodie like 4 times in like episodes, but I mean, it's like one of my favorite hoodies.
Yeah, it's
they
pretty chilly down here.
Colorado hoodie.
It's pretty chilly down here in Texas right now, y'all. We could get the skates, lace up, go skate around a little bit. It's icy outside. A couple ice storms.
It finally got cold in Texas.
Yeah. Finally got cold, and now we're snowed in. So fun time.
Iced in. It's more ice. There's like no snow. It's just ice. Yeah.
But gives us more time to chill, watch some hockey, come to you, talk to you all about the league. Jordan, I assume you're not doing so good today, but how are we doing?
I mean, I'm doing okay. I mean, you're referring to the Broncos, but I was basically already accepted that after last weekend. It is what it is. It'd be all right. We move on.
Avs got a nice win this morning, though, against Toronto.
Still got the Avs to watch. Get to watch them go win a Stanley Cup this year. That'll be nice.
Yeah, there you go. My team definitely won't be partaking in the Stanley Cup winning. So
I mean, they're still making the playoffs. I mean, there's basically no way they don't make the playoffs. I mean,
I'm a little doom and gloom about the Stars right now, y'all. A little doom and gloom. Should we start there?
Until they win their next game, they're like, we're so back. I love the Stars.
No, they beat St. Louis, and I'm still down and out. I don't know, but it's just St. Louis.
We can start with Central. We always say like, oh, we'll save the Central and whatever, and then we always either talk about it last or sometimes we just got off on tangents. But I actually really do want to talk about the Central a little bit. We always, I mean, we can start with Dallas. Minnesota has now passed them to take second in the Central. They've dropped down to third. Even though they haven't, what are they? I'm looking at their record. They are 4-5-1 in their last 10.
Yeah.
Looked a little rough. I mean, I don't think it's like panic time yet, but I definitely think they need to make some moves here to solidify the team come trade deadline or, before the trade deadline. Although I just don't really know what they have to offer, what they have to trade. I mean, they have some guys that they can trade away, but is it worth getting rid of them or trading them to get something to fix like this season? Or do you just kind of, or do you just play the long game and hope for everybody to be back and play better next season?
I feel like all of us Dallas fans are in the same boat. We're kind of imagine this, okay? All the Dallas Stars fans are at a large restaurant, okay? We've been welcomed in by Glenn Gulletson, the server. He has welcomed us in. He's seated us, said, this is the product I'm serving you. Here's the product. He said, the chef is a little slow in the kitchen tonight. The chef is Jim Nill. We're all waiting to see what Jim Nill is cooking up in the kitchen.
Just let him cook.
We know that there's something coming. Now, here's the thing. Never once in my fanhood as a Dallas fan have I ever doubted Jim Nill. I'm not doubting him right now, but I'm wondering, what are we going to do here? It's a little weird this year. It's a little different. I'm literally waiting for us trading Maverick Bork and a first-round pick for Nazem Kadri, or I'm waiting for Robo to be traded for the largest package you've ever seen. It's going to be one of the two. And, but here's the thing is, I just don't think we would trade Robo away. Why would we do it? Like, unless the talks have just halted, and I hate to kind of, be a broken record of what we talked about last week, but it's just like, there's a lot up in the air with the Stars right now. And I think the fans are staying, like, if you haven't noticed, Dallas fans are very, very quiet lately. We're kind of just, we're waiting for the shoe to drop. We're waiting for the pin to fall. Like,
yeah. I mean, I think it's going to be his toughest like season yet to actually make some deals because again, they don't have a lot to work with. They have very minimal cap room. They have some pieces that they can trade. I don't know. I mean, it is a weekend, so they, I don't think anything's going to happen on a weekend. But it was 1 year to the day yesterday.
That's right.
That the Rantanen Carolina Chicago trade happened. Are we going to see something like that with Robo? Like they can't make a deal happen, so they just, they deal him out, get some return assets, and then, like you said, get like a huge deal, and then or a huge trade, and that fixes some of their problems. But he's not their problem, but they can get a lot for him. They can solve a lot of their potentially solve
a lot of their problems. And here's the thing: is I've always been a team first guy over a favorite players. I've always been team first. I'm a Dallas Stars fan. I like a lot of players on the Stars, but in my years as a fan, I've seen a lot of guys I like come and go. And that's just the reality of this league. It really is, and like, I mean, what you're saying is true. Could we possibly see another Mikko Rantanen type of situation? And that would be total karma. Like, that would be like, we got the big fish. We got to throw another one back into the water. Like
every Dallas fan that gave Colorado or anything a hard time will be like, comes around kind of thing. But in all honesty, it's like, you kind of have to look at it. Like right now, he's really like the top producing player. He is the top producing player on that team.
He's the best player on the team.
Would you rather have one player that's producing everything or multiple people that are producing something and it adds up to, because I feel like if they get more out of a trade with him, overall, they'll get more scoring and more points and everything like that. And just more help overall, the entire team versus one line, one player. Like, I mean, I think it's crazy if they don't re-sign him. But again, if they can find out and they know that's why I was not upset with the Rantanen deal, because if you can't come to a number, you have to, like, you don't just let them go with for nothing. Like, unless they're like your entire team, which was like right on the edge, but like you still have Rantanen, you still have Hintz, you still have Heiskanen, you have Harley, you have Johnston. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of guys there that could fill that spot over time, and then you can get a huge return for Robertson right now. I mean, it's looking more and more like the move to make.
Well, so here's the thing. Sorry to cut you off, but it's like, we discussed this last week, is we do not have the cap to keep him right now. We don't. So it's either
someone's going, someone is leaving. Like they have to get rid of somebody.
It's multiple guys leave or it's Robertson leaves. And like at this point, nobody's going to take Harley on his contract. He's had a really bad year. It's true. I think Jim Nill is absolutely in love with Thomas Harley as well. Like, I don't think he's going to get rid of him. Like,
watching him play, and I think he's just having a down year. I mean, like, he normally plays at a much higher level. He also, I mean, could be something underlying that is not public. That happens a lot where, like, these guys have these down seasons, and then you find out, like, he's been playing more minutes. I mean, it's his first season playing like the minutes he is. I mean, he had to step up a little bit last year. Yeah. But this is his first like start to finish season where he's playing the type of minutes that he is. And I mean, that takes time to get used to. I mean, that's a big change.
Yeah. And
I think long term, I think he'll be fine. I don't, but
adding to what you were talking about too, this is a really weird season. Like, these two seasons back to back, last year and this year, for Dallas fans are strange because not only do we have a head coaching change, but last year we had for a while, we had the most 20 goal scorers in the league, I think, for majority of the season. It was a team effort. And then this year we have some of the fewest. It's mainly the top cast of characters getting things done for this Dallas team, and the bottom pairing guys and bottom six guys are supposed to be kind of the rough and tough like players, which is not what we're used to seeing. We're used to seeing like a star-studded team, but the fact of the matter is Dallas ran into the issues of you can't keep all of these amazing players forever.
Yeah.
So
that's what has made Dallas like a scary team in years past, is that their scoring came from everywhere. It didn't just come from their top line that you had to, make sure you got the good matchup and just cover them really hard defensively. But it used to be like all of a sudden, like their fourth line comes out and it's like, they look like their first line all of a sudden. It's a big switch. And I think that comes from the coaching change. It's a different style of play. I mean, I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing, but right now it's just not working. I mean, it's working enough that they're still third in the Central. I mean, they're still, leagues ahead of fourth and fifth in the Central, but it come playoff time when they're playing all the other top teams in the league, it might show. And I don't want to sound like I'm like being like, I think it's funny how we kind of switch back and forth like this. Like you're like so, pessimistic and everything about Dallas. And I'm like, you never know. Like as somebody who is not directly, like on a day-to-day basis, like affected by them winning or losing, it's like I still think they're a scary team that anybody should be worried about playing in the playoffs because game to game they look different sometimes, and that's kind of scary as a potential playoff team, like as a team that you might face in the playoffs. Right now it's Dallas and Minnesota, and that's pretty much a lock, which I think maybe is a little worrying for Dallas, but
it's 100%. I've been
Minnesota's right now is not on the streak that they were. I mean, they're 4-4-2 in their last 10.
No, but I want to say this. I wanted to move on to Minnesota. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of Minnesota hockey lately, and like when they do lose, it's stupid ways of losing. They kind of shoot themselves in the foot a little bit. They have some trouble committing penalties for sure. But, and dare I say, I mean, I'm going to say this, but the thing that Dallas is really lacking in is chemistry. Like there's no chemistry, and we discussed that last week, so I don't want to go on about it. But Minnesota reminds me a lot of Colorado, and not just Colorado, but other top teams. I mean, top teams in the East like Carolina or Tampa or Detroit, where Minnesota has this impeccable chemistry on all lines. And their power play is great. Like both units are great. And their D take a lot of shots from the blue line too, and that helps these guys to get more chances. Like Minnesota is a really good team, and like Stars fans have been saying this for like a month now. Like we need to be worried. Like unless we have something that's going to help us get over the hump, like Minnesota is a good team who will win one, if not multiple playoff series, depending on the outlook of things. But I mean, I've been watching a lot of Minnesota games. They're a great team, and like no joke, the Quinn Hughes trade was a home run because here they are. So
yeah, if they make another like huge move and get some other big piece somehow, that'd be so crazy. Like
a Trocheck maybe.
Yeah, I mean anything. Yeah. I mean any of those names that have kind of been floating around there. Yeah, like Panarin's been one. I don't know. I mean, there's those. I mean, dude, some of the trade rumors that I've been seeing around kind of worry me because like Colorado is linked to all these
You see the Evander Kane.
I was going to bring
Colorado
that up.
Colorado and Dallas.
Literally, I was like, please no. That is some propaganda. Like someone's putting that out there to make it seem like the Avs are interested or whatever.
I think he would fit better in Dallas than he would in Colorado.
I don't want him in Colorado.
I would take him in Dallas.
That's great. I don't think he would work at all in Colorado.
I would take him as a rental. I
don't think he's worth the assets that he would be traded for. I mean, I just don't think
it would have to be an overpay.
Yeah, I mean, he's a total rental. It is entirely like a playoff, like he's like that stereotypical like playoff guy.
I would say though, the Stars need toughness. We have no toughness. We have no physicality, and he would bring that to the team.
Yeah, but that's about it right now.
Yeah, he hasn't been scoring like he was in Edmonton a couple years ago. In Edmonton in the playoffs, though, that team complimented him so well. So
yeah,
could
like I said, he's a very good. Yeah, he's a very good like he's like the typical stereotypical like playoff guy, like super physical. I mean, he somehow turns it up in those kind of situations, but I don't know. I don't think that, and it's the same with the Panarin thing. Like, I don't think that's the move for Colorado. I don't think it's worth the assets. Like, stick with what you've got. Don't, I mean, there are some pieces that I could say maybe we should trade and make a change, but it's working as is. Why throw a wrench into the entire thing? Like, it can happen. Like, you trade for a guy like Panarin, slot him in there. It jumbles up your lines that you already have been running this entire season, basically, and it just breaks up your rhythm. It just messes you up.
Yeah.
I mean, because he's not going to want to play on the third or fourth line, where really I think he would.
I think he
would. I mean, maybe, but like, I mean, he would get stuck on the third or fourth line for sure if like they traded for him. But sorry, Sage walked up next to me.
You're good. No, it's just all these trade rumors. Like, I feel like we've said this over and over again too, but all these rumors linked to Colorado are a little strange. Like, I understand, maybe wanting to get a little aggressive, like, but it's not in like a panicking way for Colorado. I don't know. I just feel like the team is obviously like so great how it is now. Like,
I'd rather have Kadri back than Panarin.
but you'll have to give up a good amount for Kadri, I think.
Yeah. Also, his contract's just too big.
Yeah, Kadri's contract is, I think he makes 7, a little over 7, so that wouldn't hurt the team too much.
I mean, it's too much for what they, like they have priorities for next year that include re-signing Cale Makar. So every dollar counts right now. So anything that is a large contract, which anything over, 4 or 5 million, I think would be considered a large contract. You need to take that into account when making these trades. Like winning a cup, yeah, is absolutely important, and having a solid team going into the playoffs. But again, Cale Makar, gotta re-sign Cale Makar. I mean, I don't think that there's no way that they don't re-sign him. I mean, they will literally give up everything to keep him. But I also think just knowing kind of how he is and whatever, he's definitely going to take a team-friendly deal.
Oh, 100%. I think Cale Makar is a Colorado Avalanche for the rest of his career.
Yeah.
There's no doubt.
Him and McKinnon.
Yeah, I can firmly say that for both. And there's no doubt, unless they're like 40 and they still want to play, and then it's like, one last go type, like Brent Burns right now. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But
that was honestly, it's
working out.
I was kind of hesitant on Brent Burns at the first. Like, I didn't hate the move, but I also was a little like skeptical. Yeah, it's worked out really well.
He fits the Avs way more than the Canes. Like, it's a totally different system.
Yeah. I mean, he has played way better than I expected him to. I knew his offensive side, like, and his offensive playmaking was what everybody really liked about him. But even defensively, like,
he holds up. He holds up.
He does.
The speed is a little gone because of age, but other than that, like, he could block people out pretty well.
But for, I think, like, just over, I think it was like right at $1 million for a 1-year deal.
Yeah, solid.
Easy.
That's a solid pickup. Yeah.
I think, if anything, I think Colorado needs to pick up some defensive depth more than offensive.
Yeah.
Not even because, like, I think any of the guys that are playing defense are bad right now, but right now they really only have 6 total, like, starting defensemen, and anytime someone goes down, they have to call up
It's time to call Jack Johnson out of retirement.
No, he works for the Canucks now.
Oh, yeah, he does work for the Canucks.
Yeah. No, they just
call EJ.
Yeah, he's always in the building. EJ's always in the building, bro. He does like every broadcast pretty much.
EJ, please, bro.
It's like, hey, suit up.
We're better than we were last year. I know you ran it back last year, but
no, dude, call up. They have so many like former Avs players on the Altitude broadcast because what's his name?
The wine guy.
Yeah, I forgot his name now all of a sudden. He's like 3rd all-time scoring defenseman for the Avs or something like that. 3rd or 4th.
You learn something new every day.
Yes, I know who he is. I just, for some reason, now that I'm thinking about it, I can't remember his name. Yeah, but anyway, defensive depth. I think they need a left-handed defenseman. They've got too many right-handed defensemen.
Logan Stanley of the Jets, he's kind of been floated around a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
He might be an option.
Yeah, I mean, there are options, but I think that's the move that they need to make more than they need to do. I think they're going to trade someone like Colton to a team and get a defenseman in return, which sucks because I love Ross Colton.
But it's like Dallas, like there's very few pieces that you want to move, but you might have to move one of them. It's something like that.
Yeah. I mean, because I think some of the young guys that they've had playing with them have looked really good, and I think for the first time in a while, their actual like future prospects look pretty good. Everybody thought when they traded what's his name away, what was his name that they traded for Nelson to the Islanders?
Oh my gosh, Cal Ritchie. Yeah.
When they traded him away, everybody's like, they're going all in, like they're not worried about the future prospects right now. And you get a bunch of guys that have come up lately.
Why would you be? Here's my, okay, this is a totally different, like I'm about to go off on a tangent a little bit. Okay.
All right. I'm ready.
I used to be the kind of person, this wasn't just with hockey, this was with all sports, the whole like, oh my gosh, you're getting rid of your whole future. Why would you get rid of all these guys? yada, yada, yada. I'm going to say it, like 75% of the teams that do stuff like that, and they're in the win now mode, end up winning it all. And here's like a totally, like, this is a personal example that relates. I'm a huge baseball fan. I'm a huge Texas Rangers fan. The Rangers are one of the worst organizations like in MLB history. Okay. They traded the house away. Like they spent all their money on bringing in big talent, traded a bunch of prospects away to get better pitching. Guess what? They win a World Series. Like, and this is just what I'm saying. Like, look at Colorado when they did win their Stanley Cup. Okay. They spent the money. They brought in the guys. They traded away talent to have veteran players to win the Stanley Cup. Tampa is another example. The ultimate example of all, the Vegas Golden Knights. I don't think they've kept but one of their first round picks in their whole existence as a team. And look, they've won a cup faster than any expansion team has ever won. That's all I'm saying. So
no, I agree with that 100%. I mean, I think at most you should be looking like 1 to 2 seasons in the future at guys that are like ready right then. If you're banking your future and your future success on guys that you haven't drafted yet, or guys that have, that are playing in way, lower leagues than like your AHL team, you're in a bad spot.
yeah.
I mean, you can't be thinking about that. Like, you need those guys that are there currently playing, that are those big playmakers, that are those big names, that you need those guys now.
And I see a lot of fans in all sports get really worried that their team will get caught in like a bad long rebuild. That seems like it's never ending. Okay. But if you want to take like an example of that, for like a long rebuild, would you rather see like your team win a championship? Okay. And then go into like a 5 to 6 year rebuild that might be a little rough, but they won that championship. And if you think about it, like 5 to 6 years isn't that long of a time period until you're competitive again. Like, would you rather your team win a championship and maybe go through a couple of rough years because they can't afford anybody, versus like your team, hate to say it, but almost like Dallas, like they get stuck in this situation where they're in win now, but
like
they keep
constantly
trying,
almost making it,
almost
and losing.
like, would you rather be in second? Like, in the famous words of Ricky Bobby, if you're not first, you're last. Yeah, it's true. It's true. It holds up in this conversation. Like, I would love for my Dallas Stars to go out there and just get like an Artemi Panarin. Just get him. Just give something away. Get him. Like, maybe that won't fix or help us win a cup right now, but it's like the closest thing we can get to that. Sage is getting hyped up too.
Yeah, I know. She's totally agreeing with you, bro.
Agrees with me.
She's over here like,
listen, we're going to get stuck on the Central if we just keep going any longer.
Yeah.
All the other teams suck. It's just simple. We could just say that. They're not good.
Yeah,
not
really, when we say we want to talk about the Central, we want to talk about
the
Colorado,
top 3
Dallas,
teams,
and
Minnesota.
Yeah.
If the division wasn't so bad, maybe we talk about the rest of them. But let's move on to the Pacific. I want to talk about this division. There's one team, I'm not going to say their name because we swore we wouldn't mention them in this episode, and that's just how it's going to go today. But let's just start with the San Jose Sharks here. They're exciting. They're in a wild card spot. You said before we started the episode they have a tiebreaker over LA and Seattle. This group, it's a daycare center. This group of kids is winning. You
know what though? I will say it genuinely and like 100%. They are probably the most fun team to watch.
In the
entire league right now.
100%.
Almost sometimes more than watching Colorado play.
Yeah.
Like, I love the Sharks, man. Like, they're so cool. They're so fun to watch. I love the young team. I love that it's working for them.
The Celebrini connection is fun. It's awesome. Yeah. It's good for the game.
Yeah. And it goes into another thing I want to talk about, which happened like right after we recorded last episode. Kiefer Sherwood.
Yep.
Huge move. That is not where I expected him to end up.
Nope.
At all. I don't hate it. Like, I think it's awesome. Like, that is exactly what that team needed. Yeah. And like, they are a legitimate threat. Talk about a team that everybody was like they were in this like, this constant rebuild, just always like meh, like always at the bottom of the league. Like, it never seemed like they were going anywhere. This is a team that successfully wasn't like looking at, they weren't thinking about their draft picks 5 years from now, or they weren't, managing players that have been in their system for 5-6 years. They drafted 2 really good players. They traded for everybody else, picked up some veteran players around them.
Yep.
And look where they're at. They're in a wildcard spot. I 100% can see them finishing like third in this division, if not higher.
Yeah, this ties into what I was just talking about. This is a team who went through 5 years of pure dog days. Like the only thing that got Sharks fans to show up to the arena was Erik Karlsson winning a fake Norris. It's like the team has been bad for, I'd say, 4 to 5 seasons. But guess what? They did the rebuild right. They were in a position, if you remember the Sharks before this rebuild, okay, lots of good players. Joe Pavelski, Tomas Hertl, Joe Thornton, lots of good players. Erik Karlsson, Brent Burns. But guess what? They weren't winning Stanley Cups. And they knew something had to give eventually. These guys got older. They all went to different places. And they said, okay, what are we going to do here? They had a decision. Was it, keep retooling in the hopes of keeping maybe one of those guys and maybe make the playoffs every year? Or is it like, let's go through 4 horrible seasons and get 2 game-changing guys? And then, like you said, they surround them with great pieces. We all know the names, Toffoli, Wenberg, a couple other guys, Klingberg. But now this Kiefer Sherwood trade, I mean, I agree with you. I like the trade. And guess what? It's been getting a lot of hate, more hate than I thought. A lot of people saying, wow, I can't believe the Sharks are buyers. I thought they'd be sellers for sure, like they are every year. Why? Yeah, when you're in a playoff spot, why would you be a seller?
These people who have never been in that position where like their team is bad or like, what are they doing? Like, they're so dumb or whatever. It's like, no, they're actually doing what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And look where they're at. I mean, legitimately, they are probably, they're tied for like the 3rd best team in this league, in the division. And I could see them finishing way higher. 3rd, 2nd, whatever. It's crazy. I don't think they're going to pass Edmonton and Vegas, but I could totally see them finishing 3rd. They're better. Right now, they're better than the Ducks. The Ducks looked great at the beginning of the season, but they are.
Who would they play right now in the wild card spot they're in? So they're are they wild card 2? Yeah, they're wild card 2 behind Utah. So would they play Colorado?
Yeah.
Wow. What is that? How do you feel about that? Like, I think for sure Colorado would beat them, but like, is that like a one that goes to 6? 5, 6?
I don't know.
Maybe 6 at most.
I think the only downside that they have right now is goaltending. There's just, it's not bad, but it's not as good as it could be, and I think that will lose them. That will make them lose in the playoffs faster than or more than anything else.
Yeah, I'd say defense is definitely like a little shaky too. Like this is definitely a team that relies on outscoring their opponents for sure. And it's worked for them thus far, obviously. Yeah. But and
I think those things kind of go hand in hand. Like it's one of those, like if your defense is a little sketchy, you need good goaltending to back it up and vice versa. And like watching them play, it's not like they make a lot of mistakes defensively. It's just like you can see that the experience or the skill level just isn't there, that they just aren't as like consistent in how they play their defense, and that it allows for scoring chances a lot. But yeah, they are right now are just a outscore the opponent kind of team, but it works for them. It has been working, but that's not sustainable in the playoffs, especially if you play a team like Colorado. And I don't care if anybody says about their last couple losses that they've had, that everybody's like, oh, Colorado's choking, like they're whatever. They have 5 losses or 6 losses.
Everybody slows down eventually. Everybody slows down a little bit. And we knew Colorado wasn't going to have 2 regulation losses for the entire year. Like, I don't know what people expect, but
they have 6 losses, right? The next team that has the least amount of losses, what is that? Is Vegas with 13. Like regulation losses.
But then add 13. In the 12 overtime losses. It gets a little.
Yeah. It's like, the next team closest to them has double their amount of, their amount of losses.
But
it's like, it's okay.
Moving on to Vegas here, this is a team. They've been a little. I don't know.
Today's not a good day to talk about Vegas. Hey, they scored. They actually did score a goal.
Yeah,
today.
they're getting plowed by Ottawa right now.
No, they did 7-1 final score. Yeah.
Vegas is such a. I don't know, man. They're another team kind of like Dallas. I'm waiting to see what they're cooking up. because they're cooking something up. Like, that the standard they're playing at right now isn't the standard they want to live up to. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
they're definitely trying to get in a better position, even though that they're first place in their division.
Yeah. I mean, they're one of those teams, like, game to game, they just look like a different team. And I don't really get, I don't know if it's like the chemistry, like they need to make some changes on their lines or whatever. Like, there's some of these games where they just outskate everybody. They look super fast. They make these like super high IQ plays. Like, their passing is awesome. And then there's other games where they like only win because they get some good bounces and rebounds. And it's like, they happen to score a couple goals off of that. And then some of the games that they lose, like tonight, I didn't watch all of that game. I only watched some of it. They looked like they've never played hockey before in their lives.
Yeah,
like, it's bad.
I agree. And some nights they just don't show up. They're a wildly inconsistent team, but yet they are one of those teams who hang in there because of their talent. Like, obviously, you look at the roster and you look at all the big names with the Marner, the Eichel, Barbashev, all these guys. Like, they stay in it and they somehow win, and that's why they're first place here. And goaltending has been an issue for them too. No matter what anybody wants to say. I mean, having to bring in Carter Hart, because Aiden Hill isn't performing how you want him to, and like, is that going to be something that thorn in their side come playoff time? Because I'm be honest, like, we talked about Colorado having to play San Jose. Like, I think Utah matches up to Vegas very well. Like, I think Utah could be like an upset kind of victory right now playing against Vegas. So
yeah, I mean, Utah is kind of a sneaky team. They can get some wins out of nowhere. And yeah, I would, if I was Vegas, I would be a little worried about that matchup. Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, really any Utah, I mean, even Anaheim, like, that's who they would potentially play. Other than that, if the Sharks leapfrog over here and pass Anaheim for third.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anaheim's another matchup that could be bad for Vegas too. Like, Anaheim is another team that, they kind of picked it up again here. They were losing quite a bit coming into, the new year, and they've picked it up a little bit. The pace is back. The defense is playing pretty well for them again. They have a lot of veterans on that team. I'm expecting them to also be buyers come deadline time. Like, I think Anaheim is finally pretty happy with the position they're in this year. And they're pushing to win a playoff series. Anaheim makes me think a lot. They're kind of like the Buffalo of the West. Like, they're winning again. They haven't won in a while.
Yeah.
Like,
see, they kind of went a different route. So, like, actually looking at like San Jose and looking at Anaheim, they kind of went two opposite directions. Or like San Jose drafted and built their team around that and is succeeding that way. Anaheim traded and purchased. But I mean, like, I both worked, and that's like, you have to be aggressive in that kind of situation. It's like, gone are the days of waiting it out and like, using your system to, build your teams. Like, the players are there, and there's so many new players that are really good that are all across the league that you have to just go out and get them. You can't just like build them internally anymore. Like, there's so many options that are available. Anaheim
has kind of done a little bit of both though, because they drafted Leo Carlson, and look how he's panned out. He's hurt too, man. He's going to miss the Olympics. And they're still winning without him. But then they didn't draft this guy, but they go out and they see Cutter Gauthier not wanted by Philly. They get him. That's another great young talent. And then they bring in Beckett Seneca this year. Like, it's young guys mixed with, like you said, the older guys that they bought and brought into this group. And yeah, I mean, hockey in California is pretty great right now, when it used to not be so great. All they had was the Kings for a while. And we got these two very young teams, both in a playoff spot. I wonder if you feel the same way, man. Like, I just can't wait for playoffs.
I love seeing the Ducks and the Sharks in the playoffs. I'd much rather see them than like the Kings.
Yeah, I agree. We're not Kings haters.
I look at it I like to see my team in the playoffs. I'll never not want my team to be in the playoffs, but I like to see like other teams make the playoffs.
Some fresh blood
I think
in the water.
It makes it interesting. It's like, that's why it goes into the whole, I hate the way the playoff format is done. I hate the seeding. I hate all that stuff. Like, or not even, I hate the matchups and how they do that, because like, you always see the same matchups. Like, I would love to have it. I love seeing all these different teams play each other and just having different different teams in the playoffs is where you start that.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the Blackhawks to be back in the playoffs. That'll be awesome.
Soon, maybe next year. Maybe it's not going to be this year.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Let's hop on the plane, man. Let's take it out east. We got to talk about the Eastern Conference. This is a classic Icing the Puck episode here, just talking about the Western Conference for 45 minutes or however long it's been. Feels like it, but
yeah, I mean, close. I mean, you know what though? We're allowed to do it. It's our podcast. We can do whatever we want. We can do whatever we want. Yeah.
But we're going to take a plane out east here. I want to start in the Metro, man. The Metro is definitely not as competitive as it was last year. What I mean is before the New Year break. But here we are, man. I want to start off with our good pal Sam's team, the Pittsburgh Penguins. We keep mentioning Sam. We need to bring him in here one day. But the Pittsburgh Penguins, man, second place in the Metro, a team who was... I'm watching Sopranos again right now, okay? Just when I got out, they pulled me back in. Sal says that's the Pittsburgh Penguins. Here they are, dude. They're in the playoff picture again after being out of it for about a month.
It's awesome. I love it. It's great. I love seeing the Penguins in a playoff spot. They have looked night and day different from the last month of the year to now. They haven't really changed a whole lot other than one piece of their team that they changed. Crazy. Who knew that getting traded would single-handedly save his career?
Some people just need to change the scenery.
I mean, I wouldn't want to play. I played in Edmonton either, so
I don't know if Pittsburgh is that much better. I'm just being honest, but hey, some people love it there, dude. It's a sports town.
Hey, one team is probably a lot more fun to play for. Yeah. Because they've got a cool captain.
That's true.
I'll let everybody decide which one I'm talking about.
We'll give you a hint. The cool one is not afraid of ketchup.
Yeah, their colors happen to be yellow and black, but that doesn't.
No, but for real, yeah. I mean, Stuart Skinner has been playing on another level, dude. He is from a guy who used to be probably the sole reason a team was losing games. Yeah, I won't say sole reason, but he was a big part of them losing games. He is like, hey, man, I'm the guy who brought a team to a Stanley Cup, and I'm here to show you that I'm that guy first and foremost, not the guy who loses games. So
yeah, I mean, yeah, it does. I mean, Edmonton has been playing. That has looked better. Their goaltending has been a little bit more solid.
What's his save percentage, man? I want to know
right now. I don't know. Let me see. I can look it up. I got it.
Look up his stats since he got to the Penguins, dude.
Since he's been on the Penguins, I wonder if
he's rocking. Do you know Crosby has 27 goals? Age does not matter for this guy, man. I feel like...
Let's see. So, okay, the comparison. So he played 23 games for Edmonton at the beginning of this year. His save percentage was .891.
Rough.
Yeah. Yep. He has played 10 games with Pittsburgh. He has a .902 save percentage.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So much better.
Much better. Also,
big turnaround.
It's pretty nice when you have some actual defensemen in front of you.
True.
True. Pittsburgh, I'll say this, defensively, they're decently sound compared to last season when that was probably their biggest issue. But they have a lot of guys on this team, Letang has always been pretty good. Carlson is not a defenseman, but whatever, we'll put that to the side. Graves and Shea, they've been playing a lot better. Wotherspoon has been playing really well for them. Pittsburgh is an interesting team to watch because it always just used to be the Sidney Crosby, Evgeny Malkin show, but now you have young guys stepping up. You have depth guys stepping up, and the defensemen are very offensive minded too now under the new coach, Dan Muse. So, I mean, props to Pittsburgh for getting back into second place. Before we leave Pittsburgh, it is our podcast, so I want to tie this in. What do you think about the Robertson to Pittsburgh rumors? Do you think those are pretty solid? Is that maybe a place that he would end up?
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't seen any of that. What is the rumor?
Dude, that's been flying around. Apparently that's the number one team that has been calling about him is Pittsburgh. They're all in on
Really?
him.
I haven't seen anything about that.
Yeah. I'll send you some stuff.
Maybe I just haven't been looking at. I don't know. I haven't really actually seen a lot about like where Robertson would end up. More like just that it might be like something that they move him, but I haven't really looked into where. What would they trade be?
Apparently Pittsburgh like called and like kicked tires on it. Like they essentially threw out like a mock offer to Dallas of what that offer, like there's no like, I guess, story on the offer, but apparently they were just aggressive and called and they're like, what would it take to get this guy? And guess what? The rumors started the day after we beat them. And Robertson had that like incredible like snipe goal against them from the corner. Yeah. So
what would they trade for
Sidney
Robertson?
Crosby? They'd have to give him. I mean, like that's the one thing they'd have. Okay, I could definitely like if I threw just a random thing out there, I would say they would give Ricard Raquel or Brian Rust, like one of those two, a first-round pick, a second-round pick, and then maybe like a younger player as well, or like a depth.
I would say that they have to get at least 2 players out of that deal to make it worth it for Dallas.
It has to be like another player that could like plug and play where Robertson is.
Yeah,
which is like a Ricard Raquel or Brian Rust. So.
Yeah.
But whatever, that's total rumors. I don't want to get hooked up on that.
I do think with Pittsburgh playing better and being in the position they're in now, I think that effectively kills the Malkin trade rumors.
No, that's been dead.
I don't think there's any reason to trade him anymore or even talk about trading him anymore.
Well, it came out that he doesn't want, it's up to him.
Yeah.
And we already knew that. Like he doesn't want to play for anybody else. And with that being said too, I could also see him playing again next year. Like I don't think this is his last season.
Yeah, like signing a 1-year like lower end deal.
I think he played better than he thought he would this year.
Yeah.
For sure. So he's been on one too.
He's played better this year than he has in the past like 2-3 years.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
I don't hate it. I'm not a big Malkin like fan. Like I don't think he's like, I don't think that he's bad by any means, but I don't think he's worth like a ton of money. So, but if they can get him on a 1-year like low dollar deal.
Yeah. 40 years old.
No reason. No reason to not.
If honestly, it might be the same as like the Jamie Benn deal, like the veteran minimum that he took this year. But 2 teams that have been linked together all season, I feel like they've been right next to each other in the standings constantly. The New York Islanders and the Philadelphia Flyers, man. The Flyers currently out of a playoff spot now. That's just because we'll get to the Atlantic. The Atlantic has been rising up a lot here, but the Flyers, just once again, like it's been the same story. This is a team that shocked us very much this year, like how good they are, but they're still not an upper echelon team. Defensively, they struggle. Goaltending has been a little faulty lately, and they've had trouble. They've kind of had trouble on all ends here a little bit lately.
I'll say this though. They did look pretty good against Colorado the other day.
Yeah, they did. But they're 3-5-2 in their last 10. So it's been a rough stretch for them here.
That was also a very rough game for Colorado. They did not play very well. But I think the Flyers are kind of underrated. I think that they get back into a playoff spot by the end of the season. Definitely a wild card, but
so Boston and Montreal, one of those teams drops down,
which is hard to like pick one of them. Like, I don't know. I can see Philadelphia being a playoff team right now.
Philadelphia, they are also only 2 points behind the Islanders for third place. Like these 2 teams have been kind of battling it out for whether it's second or third.
Yeah.
Islanders, kind of same boat here a little bit, but a little bit of a better record here in January. They're 5-4-1 in their last 10. The Islanders and Philly are like same level here. They have like young talent, like whether it's Zegras or Schaefer, 2 guys who have been very, very surprising, for both of these teams, and decent supporting cast, kind of holding them both in like, solid records and playoff positions here. And like, I just hope one of them makes it. At least one. Like I would love to see one of these teams in the playoffs, dude. Kind of rooting for the Islanders a little bit.
No Capitals? You think the Capitals are tied with the Flyers right now too?
Hey, yeah, the Capitals being down and out is
they've
crazy.
They've
been so inconsistent all year. Like I don't know what it is with this team. Like Logan Thompson is one of the best goalies in the league.
He can be kind of hot and cold sometimes, but I think some of these games where he's like they've lost and he's looked and gotten scored on a bunch, I think they just kind of hang him out to dry a little bit. Like they just kind of give up on trying to defend. And I think the other issue, and I think it's a crazy statement, a crazy hot take coming in here. I think it's I don't know the right term for it, like a culture thing on the offensive side. They look at Ovechkin and they're like, I don't need to play defense. And they just
Yeah.
leave it all to the actual defensemen. Like basically those guys have to play like 4-on-3 or 4-on-2 the entire game.
Well,
Like
so
when
it's
when
not
it comes
just
to defending,
it's not just
crazy.
Ovi, but that is a central problem for the
You know, well,
Caps.
I think they see him play like that, and they're like, I can do that. I can get away with it too. I'm not saying it's Ovi's fault. Like he doesn't need to do that. Like he has his skill in a different area, but the guys on the team see it and they're like, I can do that too. I can, I could be the
I
same
think
way.
you're just turning this into a wildly hot take. I would just chalk it up to their forwards don't play defense.
That's
Like
what I
they
mean.
just
Well, that's
they
what I
just
mean.
don't. Like
I think that their forwards get kind of lazy, and I
they
think
do.
I think that they think they're all Ovechkin and they're not.
Well, another guy who's like their premier guy this year, but Tom Wilson gets lazy defensively too. Like all
Yeah.
of them do. And like, aside from like Ovi, Tom Wilson, and like a few other faces, the team is pretty young. So it's a lot of guys kind of learning their place on this team. Like Ethan Frank, he's young. McMichael is still kind of young. Like Ryan Leonard is a rookie. Like these are all guys
Yeah.
who are kind of trying to find
They're impressionable.
They
need to not learn bad habits if Washington wants
Well,
to.
also, like, what happened to Connor McMichael? Like, last year he had, like, a breakout year, and this year, like, kind of off the map a little bit. Like, depth scoring is also a problem in Washington. Like, this is
Yeah.
a team that I think everybody thought was, like, a playoff lock, and here they are all year struggling to get into a spot, like, at least maintaining a spot. Like,
Yeah.
and then you have the Islanders and the Flyers, who are both very young teams, and they have no problem maintaining a top 4 position. So, yeah. I don't know. Should be interesting to see what shakes out here. Another team, man, that talking about the same position, what the hell happened to New Jersey? They've been at the bottom of this division for months now. Like, I feel like they haven't recovered from the Jack Hughes injury.
Yeah, I mean, I think it goes into what you talked about. Like, they couldn't stay healthy. Jack Hughes was out, and it kind of just ended their season almost, which is, they just dug a hole and got stuck in it. I mean, they're still above 500, but with the way the rest of this division is playing, it's not good enough. I mean, the division is still really close. I mean, they're only 1 point off of Washington and the Flyers. They're 3 points off of the Islanders, but all these teams keep beating each other and then beating everybody else in the conference. And then I don't know. It seems like if you look at the standings, it seems a lot closer than it in actuality. Like if you look at like the way that these teams play, it's like, no, they don't, they are not as close together as it looks.
Yeah. And like looking at their stats here, like they get no blue line scoring. Like, and that's a problem in this league. Like, if your blue line's not contributing, like, what are you going to do? And then, goaltending's fallen apart a little bit. Like, Jake Allen, pretty solid, but it might be time to cut the cord with Markstrom. Hate to say it, but
since he came back from his injury, he has just looked not good.
And that's the thing, they were relying on both of those guys to carry them through. Like, I mean, they've been pretty solid for them the past couple of years, but might be time for New Jersey to be on the goalie search after this season, and we were already getting a ton of reports New Jersey is going to be sellers. Like, I think they're going to ship a lot of veteran talent off come the deadline. It might be time to. New Jersey is the type of team who can retool. Like, they have the young talent, but they've had it for a long time.
That'd be a good team to land Robertson. They have some assets that could go the other way that might actually be very beneficial for Dallas. Could be a.
Who would we land?
Oh, I'm saying, like, I don't know specifically, but like trading with Dallas for Robertson. Like, there's New Jersey has some pieces that they want to move off that they could potentially, Dallas could pick up a few players for one player, and I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of options right now for Dallas.
There are.
I think
they're all on the table.
Yeah, but New Jersey has some of the guys that, kind of what you're talking about, like Dallas needs. Like, they need some guys that they can slot in up and down the roster to hopefully spark some life into their offense. But
yeah,
I still feel like it's going to be a big like blockbuster, like three-way trade again, like it was
Yeah,
with
most
Rantanen last
likely.
year.
Most likely. But we're not there yet. We're not there yet. So maybe we'll re-sign him.
Don't want to
We'll see.
manifest Robertson being traded because it will seriously be weird if he's not a Dallas Star.
Yeah, but with that being said, maybe we can move over to the Atlantic Division, man. I'm getting a little down.
Sorry.
You're good.
It's okay. It's okay. At least you have your favorite player on the team still, which is Rantanen.
Of course, bro. You know, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if Mikko Rantanen's my favorite player on the team. It's actually tough for me to decide who my favorite player is. Well, it's not. It's not. My favorite player is Jamie Benn. He's always been my favorite player. He's the man.
That's
it's gonna
fair.
be
That's
sad
fair.
when he hangs him up, but
That's
it's coming soon. I already know it's coming soon.
Yeah. You think he plays one more year?
I could see one more. I can't see two. I could see maybe one more. Maybe.
Yeah. Another like minimum contract.
Another minimum contract. You know, I think ever since he's been back, he's been strong. He's had no issues. You know, it's just, I think he just had a kid. So it's a matter of what he chooses to do there. I don't know. I think us not winning a cup this year will definitely impact that. Like, he'll be like, oh, might give up hope.
Yeah. But, save the money and put it somewhere else.
Yeah, for sure. But enough about the Dallas Stars. Let's move over to the Atlantic Division. I want to start with the Detroit Red Wings, #1 spot. I don't think I talk enough about how impressed I've been with this team. Like, I feel like I say good things about them. But for real, like a team that hasn't made the playoffs in like 9 years, and here we are, they've consistently been in the first and second place spot in this division all year and performing so well. And I think a thing I was saying earlier this year talking about them was like goaltending is going to hold them back, but they're proving me wrong. Like Gibson is playing great and Talbot is playing great. Like it's not an issue for this team. It's not the reason they lose. The only reason they lose is sometimes they don't score enough goals.
Yeah, I mean that was the biggest question mark was the goaltending for them, and it's been average, but it's been enough. But yeah, offensively they've looked pretty good. Their chemistry, the kind of the plays that they make, looks good. There's another team I like watching play. I like watching them play, especially I like watching them play when they're not at home. For some reason, I don't like their stadium. I don't like the way that their stadium looks.
Little Caesars.
I just hate the lighting. I don't know why. Every time I watch when they're playing at home,
the Sharks.
I'm just like,
I hate the Sharks stadium, bro. Yeah. I hate the camera angle.
No stadium is worse, like home play, like watching them play at home, than Utah. Utah is so blue. Like the lighting is so blue. Like it's all LED. Like I just hate it. Actually, this is getting into a weird side rant here too. Montreal. I hate watching games at Montreal home games.
You're missing the worst one. Like I'm surprised you haven't said Calgary yet. The lighting is insane.
Oh, Calgary! Remember when like half their lights didn't work?
Yeah,
and they played like in the dark.
Back? Yeah, I remember that.
No, didn't it happen this season? Like half their lights went out during a game.
Oh yeah. I think it's happened before. Too.
Yeah, and they had to play with like half the lights on.
Well, their stadium's like 100 years old.
And here's my thing. Actually, you can tell which stadiums I don't like watching games at. Because it's all the teams that play this is going to sound so weird and this is such a nitpick. All the teams that play like carnival, like circus sounding music at their, I hate that. I get that that's like traditional in hockey and like, it's a Canadian thing. It's all the Canadian teams do that. I think it's really weird. I like the cool teams that play like, cool music and like, Hot to Go and like Pantera, like Dallas and, and stuff like that,
Yeah.
I like the teams that play like modern music, not just like circus sounding like instrumental music in the background.
Since we're going off on this tangent, it's one thing I've grown to like a lot. I love the Capitals goal horn being police sirens. Absolutely love it. I think it is so cool. Like, I'm so jealous. I wish Dallas had that.
That's pretty good. I still think Columbus has the best, like one of the best with the cannon. Yeah, the cannon is so good. Bro. Yeah. But anyway, Columbus mentioned again about their cannon. Like, I just want to go see it. Do you think
we got to make a trip,
dude? Man. When we go, we have to be big enough that they'll let us shoot the cannon.
Dude, that would be an all-time experience. We need this to happen.
Yeah.
Columbus fans, if you have an in with anybody at the stadium, please.
No, you guys just gotta blow up our podcast enough to where we're big enough to where we can just ask them and they'll say yes.
Yes, dude, yes. I'd prefer that. Get us the views, get us the fame, notoriety. Get us to Columbus, man. Get us to Columbus.
We don't do it for money, for all this stuff. It's like, no, we just want it so we can shoot the cannon in Columbus.
Not even Columbus fans. That'd be hilarious.
Because then I could take the opportunity to be like, listen, you guys should change your alternate uniform to be your regular home uniform, and then remake another third alternate uniform. Just saying.
You're acting like we're voices in the community or something for them. No relation.
Outside perspective is always needed. You know, that'll make it better. Yeah.
Okay, I like it. Okay, listen. Back to the Detroit Red Wings. So the Atlantic Division. This team, like, overall, I gotta say, they've done a good job at making a balanced roster. Like, this is a balanced roster. And I said at the beginning of the year, they needed depth guys to step up, like Comfer and Kopp, who didn't step up in years past. They are now. They got DeBrincat scoring goals all over the place. Lucas Raymond, one of the most underrated players in the league, I'm going to say it. Him and Larkin, super underrated. I feel like people have started to talk about Dylan Larkin. Nobody talks about Lucas Raymond. And then we have Patty Kane. Okay, just a few points away from passing Mike Modano for most points all time by an American player. Love to see it. Love it for Patrick Kane. If he's not going to win gold, he needs something.
It's fair. Love Patrick Kane. Love watching him play.
What do you think, man? Do you think he plays more after this year?
I can see it, especially if they make the playoffs. Well, obviously they're making the playoffs. If they, do well in the playoffs, I mean, if they go, who knows? I definitely think after this season,
it's with Detroit,
yes.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, if I were Detroit, I would want to keep him around. So, and I don't think there's any reason to not. I think that as he gets older and everything, you'll get him for a little bit cheaper every time, a little bit cheaper every contract, and he just brings a lot to the table, and he brings a lot to the guys that they're bringing into the organization, like, because they probably all want to learn from him, and they all have a lot of respect for him. So
yeah, for sure.
I mean, big morale guy, big, like locker room guy, like, but he does more than that. I mean, he's good on the ice too. So
yeah,
he's like a guy that pretty much everybody can look up to, even if they are like the same age as him, because it's like,
yeah, he's one of the greats,
one of the greatest,
greats.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, love to see it. And then, let's move on for once. I don't think there's any hate to be said towards them. The Buffalo Sabres, they're third place. They're officially not a wild card team. They're just a lock for the playoffs as of right now. The Sabres, man, this is... I feel like the whole 10-game win streak was the story, but now it's the consistency.
Yeah.
Here we are.
I mean... They made some changes, and it's worked. I mean,
yeah,
and it's stayed working. There's not much else to say. They didn't really. They made some management changes. They didn't really even change the team. They just got some competent leadership in there and got somebody who actually will be like in charge. And yeah, it's working. I mean, I think just seeing that has maybe sparked something in the players. They always had good players.
Always.
It just wasn't working. And then a little bit of a change, and now these guys, they turned it up. I mean, they have been really good. And consistent is what the biggest one, like you said.
But then you got young players breaking out. Biggest one, obviously, breaking news this week. Josh Stone, 7-year extension. I think pretty well deserved. I mean, the fella's got 35 points here. I mean, how old is he?
23?
Yeah, he's 23 years old. Son of Arizona Coyotes legend Shane Doan. Gotta love it. Still some... Josh Doan played for Arizona, one of the last players to play for Arizona.
Didn't he get in a fight in his
debut in Arizona? Yeah, with his dad in the building, man. That's epic.
Love that.
Like,
he also scored that game too, didn't he?
I think he did score in that game.
Yeah. It's awesome.
He did.
I love it. I think he's a very underrated player. I definitely think that he's not at the level like he's still learning and he's still getting better.
For
So
sure.
like to see him progress is going to be awesome. And by the end of this current contract, his next one will be even bigger, I think, because he's just getting better and better every year. Uh,
Yeah.
that's exactly what you want to have on your team. Like you want those kind of guys that are, because it's going to just make your team better and better every year, while also saving you some money that they can then go out and get more pieces, because this team might be around for a little bit in a top spot. So watch out.
Yeah. Back to the Josh Doan thing, like we talk a lot about how Buffalo struggles to bring in free agents in the offseason. Like when you trade for young talent like this to lock them down for 7 years, because if you think about it, he'll be a Sabre unless he's traded at 6.25 a year until he's 30. Like, what if he turns into like 100-point guy? Like this is what they need to do. And like, a couple other guys here just to say, like Peyton Krebs, Zach Benson been playing great, and then Josh Norris has been healthy now. Like he isn't getting injured like he used to, and he's the player that they wanted him to be. So I mean, of course you got the Thompsons and the Dahleens and the Powers, everything in between, but man, dude, I hope Buffalo makes the playoffs, man. I'm a Buffalo guy again now. I'm really riding for this team, bro. Like it's been 14 years. Just let it happen. Just let it happen. Like I feel like Buffalonians are crazy people, dude. Like if their hockey team goes to the playoffs, the Bills are down and out. Like this would be good for them.
I like the Sabres. I'm not a big Buffalo as a city kind of guy, but I'm a big Buffalo Sabres kind of guy. So
This would be good for the league, bro. It'll be good for the league. I'm
Again,
telling you.
having different teams in the playoffs is awesome. It just makes
Good for the
the
league.
game. It makes the game more interesting. It brings fans in. It makes the league bigger. It fuels the the talk of like, man, should we add more teams to as we get more and more fans to the sport, should we add more teams to make it more interesting and have these other new options in the league for potentially make playoffs and that kind of stuff. So I think it's great when all these different teams make the playoffs throughout the years. So
Yeah.
I'm big on Buffalo as well, but as long as they stay consistent like they have been, they're pretty big threat out east.
Yeah. And before we wrap this episode up, I want to talk about the three teams that made the playoffs in this division last year. The Senators, the Leafs, and the Panthers, all at the bottom of the standings, down and out once again. Is there any hope for these three? One of them, two of them? No, or
The
they
Senators,
are they
no.
other?
The Senators, no way. The Senators are, even though they won against Vegas today, 7-1, that was a fluke, like oddity. That's not that was not how they normally play. The Panthers, I think, are the only team that maybe have a chance. Like the Leafs are so inconsistent. One game they'll play, they'll look great. The next game they get, not great.
Yeah.
Like today.
Yeah.
And like you look at the last time they played Colorado and when they played Colorado today, night and day difference in their gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
Also, they did get out goalied for sure. I mean, Blackwood was on one today, but still, like, got to find a way to be consistent. That's the name of the game, especially out east. Like all these teams, that's why they are so close together, is because a lot of these, teams at the top of their divisions have just stayed consistently good. They might lose a game here or there, but they're stringing, 3-4 wins in a row, and that's what you need to win in the East and in the playoffs. So, I mean, the Panthers are also a little. I mean, they're kind of shaky. I mean, they are probably the best looking out of all three of those teams, but even then,
I'm about to throw out a hot take, and maybe this one will come back to bite me. I think Florida's out of the race. I don't see a world where Florida makes it this year. I know that's hard for a lot of fans to hear, and they don't want to give up on that, but like, I just don't see it.
I agree, actually. I don't think that's that hot of a take. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs, but of those three teams, they're the only one I could see doing it.
Yeah, for sure.
But looking at it, I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. So
now, we love talking about wild, controversial stuff on here. Do you think there's anywhere in the near future where Austin Matthews maybe wants out? Maybe tries to get moved to another place so he could change his reputation and his legacy? Or do you think he just sticks around?
Man, I mean, I think if he ever wants to win a Stanley Cup, he has to leave.
Wow.
but where, I don't know. I don't know. If you're Toronto, do you keep him and deal out everybody else that, you know, is hurting your chances? Or do you go with someone like, and, trade or get rid of Matthews and let him go and, go with the other guys? I mean, like the game today, like a quarter of their team was up in the press box because they're injured or not playing or whatever. It's like,
you see Nylander flipping off the camera.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, hope you guys enjoy watching instead of actually playing. It's like, I get like injuries happen or stuff like that, but at the end of the day, who's the guy that has been consistently playing for your team and has not been out multiple times a season, multiple seasons in a row? And it's Austin Matthews, like your captain. I still don't think he's the greatest choice as a captain, but I still think he's the better pick as a player. I mean, he's still not living up to where he used to be, but I think that comes from, I think it's just not a good fit in Toronto anymore. I think if he goes to another team.
Hear me out. Matthews.
I was just saying, I reunite the Robertson brothers.
Even swap.
No way.
I don't know how Dallas would take on his $13.25 million a year.
Yeah, they don't want to pay Robertson that much. It's like, let's trade for Austin Matthews, who we don't know.
I mean.
Well, how long does he have on his contract?
I think he has 3 or 4 more years. I think it just started last year.
Did it?
Maybe.
I'm looking it up. I thought it started. Anyway, I mean, they would have to retain some of his. They'd have to retain some of Austin Matthews' salary for sure. He's on year 2 of his 13.25 contract. It's only 4 years though. So.
Yeah. I mean,
I can't imagine what his contract's going to be. His next contract's going to be if he actually gets to a team where he can, be 100% or play, as well as he was.
Yeah, I think he for sure leaves the Leafs after this contract.
Yeah. Well, there's no way they let him walk. They're going to trade him before they.
Yeah, for sure.
They would trade him before they let him walk, obviously.
For sure.
But I definitely think. I don't think he stays with the Leafs. I think he's going to go. And I think that's the best thing for him. And if the Leafs, I don't know. I don't think he's committed there. I think he's the captain, but I don't think he's just not feeling it there.
It's kind of exhausting
in my
there,
opinion.
I'd imagine.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the pressure, the Leafs fans are crazy. So the pressure is probably even crazier.
Yeah. You see them booing Marner the other day when he came back for the first time.
So
that is
weird.
So classless. So classless.
Yeah.
Like a guy who put everything into that franchise.
Did you see
for like
the stuff
years.
with the jersey as they were walking out of the tunnel? What that jersey said?
Yeah.
That sellout. It's like,
bro, the fans are delusional too. I don't blame Marner for leaving.
Yeah.
Everybody hated him. The fans hated him.
Yeah, even when he was, it's like they hated him when he was there. As soon as he goes somewhere else, they hate him still. It's like there was a no win for him. It's like whatever.
Yeah,
he's doing better. He's better off with Vegas than the Leafs.
For sure.
I mean, more of a chance to win with Vegas than he does with the Leafs. So,
but listen, y'all. That's this week's recap. That's the standings here on this great Sunday. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll see what the league has in store for us this week. And then the Olympics is coming up, so
still looking forward to that. I'm very, very much looking forward to the Olympic break.
Yes,
ready to watch that.
Need a little refreshment. Yeah,
need a little we're break
talking before this episode
from regular hockey.
Yeah, we were talking before this episode that the Olympics are basically just going to catapult us into every single person that we're talking about getting traded. So, yeah, it's coming. The cooking in the kitchen from each team the dish is about to be served. But
yeah, that's
y'all.
It's gonna be a crazy difference between like episodes now where we're just talking about the teams, individually and things like that, to when all these trades happen. It's gonna be us just talking about trades like crazy. So,
and don't worry, you know me. I got you with the reports. Between our audience and me, little secret. I don't really do much at work. So, this is my job. Okay. That's a conversation for another day. But I'm
sending this to your boss. I'm clipping that and sending it to
you. He already knows. Yeah, so thank you everybody for listening. Go follow the socials. Keep checking us out. Keep sharing this around, and we hope you enjoyed this episode.
Yeah, it's always good to talk hockey, and looking forward to next week already.
Of course, we'll see y'all in the next one.
See ya.